He always believed billionaires only respect billionaires, asterisk, until a humble janitor spoke perfect French and completely changed his life. Asterisk Maria had worked at the luxury corporate tower for 3 years. Every morning, before sunrise, she swept the marble floors and cleaned the glass walls of the tall building. No one really noticed her. She wore a simple uniform, tied her hair neatly, and kept her head down. But what nobody knew was that Maria wasn't just a janitor, she was a woman with dreams, knowledge, and a past she never shared. Asterisk one rainy morning, as she mopped the lobby, she heard the executives talking in French about an upcoming business deal. To them, it was just casual conversation, but to Maria, it was like hearing an old melody. She smiled softly and, without thinking, corrected one of their grammar mistakes in perfect French. The two men stopped in shock. Asterisk, you speak French? One of them asked, raising an eyebrow. Asterisk Maria hesitated, then nodded. Yes, I studied in Paris. A long time ago. Asterisk that small moment caused a quiet ripple. Later that day, the story of the janitress who speaks fluent French reached the ears of Billionaire CEO, Mr. Ryan Clark. Known for his curiosity and sharp instincts, Ryan was immediately intrigued. A janitress who spoke fluent French in his building. Asterisk give me her name, he told his assistant. Asterisk Maria, unaware of the buzz, continued working like always, polishing door handles and wiping tables. But deep inside, something had shifted. For the first time in years, someone noticed a part of her she had buried long ago. Asterisk, and somewhere on the top floor, a billionaire was now waiting to meet the woman everyone had overlooked. Asterisk Maria was finishing her shift when a call came through. Her walkie-talkie, Maria, the CEO wants to see you. Now, top floor. Asterisk, she froze, confused and a little nervous. Why would the CEO of a billion-dollar company want to meet her, a janitress? She wiped her hands on her apron, smoothed her hair, and stepped into the private elevator for the first time. Asterisk, the doors opened to a world she'd only seen from afar. Glass walls, leather furniture, and a stunning view of the city. And there, he was, Ryan Clark, in a crisp suit, looking at her with curious eyes. Asterisk, you're Maria? He asked. Asterisk, yes, sir, she said quietly. Asterisk, I heard you speak French this morning, fluently. Asterisk Maria nodded. I studied in France when I was younger, literature and languages. Asterisk Ryan tilted his head. How did someone with your background end up cleaning floors? Asterisk, she looked down. Life didn't go as planned. Asterisk, there was a long pause. Ryan didn't push. Instead, he smiled gently. I believe everyone has a story. I'd like to hear yours if you're willing. Asterisk, no one had ever asked her that before. For years, people had only seen her as a cleaner. Now, a billionaire was offering her a seat, a voice, and a chance. Asterisk, they sat down, and slowly, Maria began to speak about her past, her studies, her dreams, and the painful twist that had brought her here. Asterisk, and as she spoke, something shifted. Again. Asterisk, not just in the room, asterisk, but in her heart. Asterisk, she wasn't invisible anymore. Asterisk, over the next few days, something incredible started to happen. Ryan began inviting Maria to his office regularly, not to clean, but to talk. They discussed books, languages, and philosophy. He was amazed by how deeply she thought and how easily she could switch from English to French to Spanish. Her words had depth, her ideas were rich, and her humility was rare. Asterisk, word quickly spread across the building. The janitress is talking to the CEO. People whispered in confusion and curiosity. Some mocked her. Others watched in silence, but Maria didn't let it shake her. For the first time in years, she felt like herself again, not just a worker in uniform, but a woman with knowledge, dignity, and dreams. Asterisk, one afternoon, Ryan called her with a folder in his hand. Asterisk, I've been thinking. He said, we're launching a cultural program for our international clients. It involves translation, language training, and communication strategy. I want you to lead it. Asterisk, Maria blinked. Me? Asterisk, yes. You. He smiled. You're overqualified for the job you have now, but perfect for this one. Asterisk, tears welled up in her eyes. She had come to this city with nothing, had cleaned floors just to survive, and now she was being offered a desk, a title, and respect. Asterisk, that night, she sat in her tiny apartment, holding the offer letter, still in disbelief. It wasn't just a promotion, It was a second chance at life, a life she thought she had lost forever. Asterisk, and deep inside, a quiet voice whispered, Asterisk, you're not done yet. Asterisk. Maria stepped into her new role with quiet confidence. The office that once felt cold and distant now felt like a space where she truly belonged. Dressed in simple but professional clothes, she walked through the same hallways where she used to mop the floors, only this time people greeted her with smiles and curiosity instead of ignoring her. Asterisk, but with success came new challenges. Some colleagues questioned her position. She was just cleaning toilets last week, one whispered. Another said, let's see how long she lasts. Maria heard it all, but she didn't react. Instead, she let her work speak. Her language training program was organized, efficient, and deeply thoughtful. Clients from France, Spain, and beyond praised her clarity and warmth. Slowly, doubts began to fade. Asterisk. One afternoon, while organizing her desk, Maria found an old notebook from years ago filled with dreams, goals, and quotes in different languages. She remembered the girl who had written those words. That girl had once believed she'd change the world before life knocked her down. Asterisk. As she turned the pages, her past came rushing back, her years in university, her love for language, the day her father passed away, and the painful decision to leave everything behind to support her family. Asterisk. Maria took a deep breath. She had buried that part of herself for so long, thinking she'd never be more than a survivor. But now, she was more than surviving. She was rebuilding, not just her career, but her confidence, her identity, her purpose. Asterisk. She looked out the window of her new office and whispered to herself, Asterisk, you're still the same girl, just stronger now. Asterisk. The day of the company's annual award ceremony arrived, a grand event attended by international clients, senior executives, and employees from all departments. Maria sat quietly at the back, not expecting anything. She was happy just to be part of something again, to feel respected, useful, and seen. But as the CEO took the stage and began announcing a new award, the heart of the company, everyone turned as her name was called. Maria froze, unable to move, tears already welling in her eyes. As she slowly walked up to the stage, thunderous applause echoed through the hall. Faces that once looked down on her were now clapping with pride. She held the glass trophy with trembling hands, unsure if she was dreaming. The CEO smiled and said, Maria's story is one of resilience, from cleaner to leader, from being unseen to becoming the very soul of this organization. The room went silent as Maria took the mic. She didn't have a speech. She didn't need one. She simply said, thank you for seeing me. I didn't rise alone. I was lifted by kindness, by struggle, and by never giving up. That night, as she walked home under the soft glow of streetlights, she passed by the small apartment where her journey began. She paused, looking at the window that once framed her tears and silent prayers. Now, those same streets witnessed her triumph. Maria realized life didn't reward her for being perfect, it rewarded her for being persistent. She smiled, not just for herself, but for every invisible soul still sweeping, still hoping, still dreaming. Her story had ended not with fame or fortune, but with dignity, purpose, and quiet victory. And in that moment, she knew she hadn't just changed her life, she had become the story she once needed to hear. Asterisk. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Human Fables for more powerful true stories. Asterisk. Join our journey where every fable reveals the strength of the human spirit.